evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live. We are live. It is Friday. It is Friday Night Live. We are inside tonight, however, so it's just the way it is due to the weather. Actually, I don't even need these things on because I don't need to look at my screen anymore to get this going. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Glad you're all here. Glad you're tuning in. Let's do like we always do to kick things off. Let's keep Ron Brooks. I saw some comments flying by there in the beginning. Ron, if you're still on here, just keep listening to that doctor, and here's to a speedy recovery. So, glad you're all here. Cheers, everyone. Oh, yes. Let's see. I'm going to quick just, we got to shut this thing off over here. I am inside and I am testing out a new, a little bit of a new setup. So we'll see how this goes tonight. I'm going to try to be able to keep up with the comments, even though my laptop is down here and you are up here. We're going to see how this all goes, because I do have, like I said, I got a little something different set up here. So, Ted Miller Stumping Firewood, how you doing? Firewood Mike is here. Russ Willis Firewood, good evening. Tim and Old Saws, I think I saw your name fly by. James Baton. Who else? Who else is all in here? Rogala, how are you doing? Jason Lee, good evening. Watching over on Facebook. I'm just, let's see. Oh, wait, hang on here. All right, here we go. Now I got Tony Woods. Good evening. How is everyone doing? We had a little cool off yesterday, and last night we actually had a thunderstorm. It was kind of interesting seeing lightning flashing in the sky and rain coming down, just downpour last night. Being that it's October. But it is what it is. Hey, Nebraska Woodster. I think you had a birthday earlier this week, didn't you? I think I saw something. So happy birthday, belated birthday. It might have been a day or two ago. I'm not sure, but Woodster, happy birthday. Chandler Firewood, how are you doing? Daniel Atkins, update on Shiv's mom. She is doing good. She is in rehab, and I think things are going well. I talked to Shive earlier tonight. He sounded like everything was going good. So just continue keeping her in our thoughts and prayers, because I think she, I think she still needs it, but she's on the road to recovery. Ralph Carnegie, how are you doing? Rick's Outdoors. Glad you guys are here tuning in. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else around the Woodhound map of the world has gotten any rain yesterday, but we really needed it bad here because it was getting dry. And we got a good shot of rain. If it would have been snow, we would have had, I think we would be buried in snow right now. We would have had one of those Halloween blizzards like many years ago. Northwest PA Firewood, good evening. Yadkin Valley Outdoors, not had rain since the hurricane. Yeah, I don't even know when the last time we had any rain. It was long time. Old Guy Firewood, how are you doing? Good to see you in here early for a Friday night. That's good. Woods Tree Farm, how are you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of people saying they are needing some rain, and that was definitely, like I said, we were in that position. We were in that spot for the last month. The Florence's off-grid journey. Good evening. High water circuit rider. Are you going to buy the mini splitter? Wait a minute. I gotta see if I can throw this up there. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm not sure yet. I can't say any, I mean, every time I use it, I'm more and more impressed. So I might. You'll see. You'll have to just stay tuned and see. Got to keep you in suspense. Captain Jack, Log Cabin Firewood. How are you doing? William Ellis, good evening. Now I got to get caught back up. I don't know if Thomas is watching tonight or not, but Thomas stopped by earlier today and picked up some bundles from the roadside stand, and he left me a little extra, and then he emailed me and said the extra was to have a drink tonight on him. So Thomas, if you're watching, thanks once again. Cheers. So I don't know if he's watching or not, but perhaps he is. Let's see. All right, we have got, where are we at? I'm losing my mouse. Captain Jack, Doug Hegel, maybe? Is that how you say it? Martin or Marlon L, good evening. Just trying to get caught up here. I get a little behind on the chat, and then it's all over. Northwest PA Firewood. That is a Wisconsin coyote. A coyote back there. This is kind of nice. I can just kind of like, I can actually keep up. If I don't stop the chat, I can keep up with it going by. Jimbo 505, good evening. BW35 Bucket, how are you doing? Adirondack Woodsman, good evening to you as well. Good evening and happy Friday. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this. We have had our first coin coming down into the cup. So now, if you are new here and you don't know what this means, when we get a coin over here in the cup, we pick up our cups. It doesn't matter what's in them, but we pick them up and we raise them up. Hang on, I'm going to make sure I got this music turned down because we are going to also bring out the ladies for the first coin in the cup tonight. Oh, you're down here. Oh, look at that. I gotta change this around. Now you're back up there. There we go. All right, Circle BMN. One for the cup. Thank you very much. Cheers. We got all kinds of stuff switching around here. All right, now we are set. We are set to switch over. Wait, let's see here. Alex, just rain in Cincinnati. What's your obsession? What's up? How are you doing? All right. Yadkin Firewood, you're getting buried in orders. That's good. It's that time of the year. I am, I might be, I might not be able to keep the roadside stand full this winter, depending on how many people stop over, because I've had a busy past few weeks as well. And I've just been sending it out. Uh-oh. Woodyard expansion is happening in the Adirondacks. That is another thing that happens this time of the year, it seems. It's a good time to get out there, get things organized, get things ready to go for the big fall and winter push. Generally, I mean, I've kind of been holding off on doing a few things. If some of you have noticed in a lot of my videos, there's one great big oak tree laying down on the hillside behind the carport. I've been putting it off, waiting for cooler weather. The other thing that I will be trying when I do get the 500i out is I've got, oh yeah, Hexa, the Hexa chain. I don't know. This is supposed to cut better, stay sharper longer. You name it. It's supposed to be easier to file. Had to get a special file for it. So hopefully pretty soon here I'm going to be able to test that thing out and see just how. I put a post on Facebook about it, and there was like, 5 guys said they liked the Hexa chain and 5 guys said they didn't. So it was kind of like, I don't know, mixed reviews on the Hexa chain. If anybody watching right now, oh, Yadkin Valley Outdoors right there. That chain sucks. Well, I'm going to try it out because I'm just curious. You don't know until you try. So I am trying it out. Hopefully here soon. In fact, maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Hey, there is John frickin' Jeep. Good evening. There is nothing to like. Really? Huh. I heard that it's supposed to cut a little better. It's supposed to stay sharper longer. Yeah, I heard a few good things about it and wanted to give it a try. So I guess we'll find out. Maybe now I want to try it out sooner than later. And see. Hey, Bill Irwin is in here. Wild Bill is here. Around the yard. Brent, how are you doing? Old Guy Firewood. Liking the X cut. The only problem with that is that it's on the wrong saw. The only problem with that chain, Old Guy Firewood, it's on the wrong saw. But, James Baton, how are you doing? What holiday is coming up there in Canada? Tony Woods, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because the regional steel rep got a hold of me the one day he was in town, and he knew I was looking for one of these and he dropped it off. So I don't know how much it costs. And I haven't seen them anywhere. Like every time I go to Farm and Fleet or the saw shop and check, it's they never have them, so I don't know what they run. Anyhow, we have another coin that has fallen in the cup. So, shall we bring out the ladies once again? Yes, indeed we will. Rick's Outdoors. Thank you very much. Cheers, my friend. Whoa, I am dripping water all over my laptop. Cheers. Thank you. I gotta keep an eye on that. Hang on. There we go. Hello in Texas, Daniel. Galleon. That's a very nice first name you got there. Looking good. I prefer the Burt cut over the X cut. Willie's Firewood officially entered the world of seasoned firewood. I'll let you know in 6 to 9 months if it's worth it or not. Well, what 6 to 9 months, what are you seasoning? I'm guessing not oak, unless you split it real small. Or, I don't know. Yeah, the season firewood game is one that right now you got to be making your wood for next year. That's the challenge. Getting ahead and staying ahead. Getting ahead's a challenge, and then staying ahead, another challenge. Colleen's Farm Adventure, how you doing? Ben Aiken, I'm not sure which way. It's been a hot minute. Yeah, it has been since you've been on here. Good to see you. Have you ever tried a carbine tooth saw chain? No, I have not. High water circuit rider. Have not done that. Yeah, that is the one thing with this Hexa chain is that you can't use the 2-in-1 sharpener with it. So I will probably run this, and then I will try doing my hand filing with the file. But my hand filing sometimes makes things worse than better. So we will see. Oh my. Putting up ash and maple, small splits. Oh yeah, then you'll be fine. Next year's bagged wood. Trying to get 100 to 150 cord put up. Holy moly's. That's a lot of wood. Yeah, those two, well, I'm sure you know, they dry. They dry pretty quick, especially the smaller splits. Especially small mini splits. Oh, Ben. Wait, I don't remember which way was the second way that I pronounced it. Well, send me an email and let me know. Rick's Outdoors, you can season oak here in 8 to 9 months here in South Carolina. Yeah, that might be. It all depends on how big of splits you have. That's what's going to be interesting when I cut that oak up. It's been laying since, I don't even know, spring. It was standing dead for, I think, a year or two. But when I buck that thing up, we'll see. I guarantee it's still going to be about 40% on the inside. Hey, Todd's outside again. All right, frickin' Jeep, hang on. You probably just want me to do this so I cut my finger or something. Let me get this baby out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. Probably not. Yeah, you can maybe see that. So it's got kind of like an, it's not really square. Here, just a second. I got to find some props. All right. So that might help. Yeah, look at that bad boy. So it's got kind of a hexagon shape, I think. It's yeah, it's got, that is the shape of it. So, and apparently when you go to file it, it's much easier to get like the right angle of the file and everything. So as you sharpen it, it's supposed to be easier, and it's supposed to be a chain that you don't need to sharpen as often. However, Yadkin Valley Outdoors says that is not the case. So I'm not sure. But we are going to give it a try. You can form a wheel for the bench sharpener for Hexa chain. Ah! Okay. Well, I don't have a bench sharpener anyway. But for those of you who might have it out there. Alan, good evening. Watching over on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. WD30 is here. Hand filing is both a science and an art. Keep working on it. Practice makes it close to perfect. That is true. It definitely is. It's definitely, it takes, you got to put in the reps. You got to put in the reps. You got to get it down. I just always grab the 2-in-1. I am putting this on the 500i. So that's why it's going to like really fly. High water circuit rider. I laid out rows of mini split oak and maple to dry a month ago. How long do you estimate for drying? When you say mini, what is your definition of mini? And where did you put them out? How much sun are they getting? Are they getting rained on? There's a dash on the top of file. That, see, now I haven't even looked at that. Let me get this file out for a second here. Hang on. Geez, if I can get this file out. What the heck? All right. Now I need to put, there's a dash on the top of the file. Oh, there is. There's a line on the top of the file. Okay. So that's on the top. Interesting. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but right there, there's like a line on the top of the file. So that is the top. And then all the other sides are not. It doesn't. The focus is throwing it off. So that is good to know. BW35 bucket, thank you very much. Probably would have been filing that thing the wrong way. All right, now I'm behind on. I'm behind. First generation farmer. Possibly. I don't know if, number one, I could get that. But if I got some, I probably would. I'm actually in the process of doing acquiring a couple different species to do a little something unique with the mini firewood. Richard Tedcombe, we've been still running the AC? Holy moly's. Oh, high water circuit rider, 5 inches long, inch and a half thick, laid on a masonry wall in the direct sun. You will be good to go. I do believe. Split one and test it. I think you'll be surprised. That small dries pretty fast. I had those splits in the greenhouse go from like 32% down to like 17 and 18 days. It dries pretty quick. Another firewood frenzy? Oh, I think they might be doing it at Wolf Ridge next year in June. I don't know if I'm going to do another firewood fest here in the wood yard or not. We could have a mini firewood fest. We just make mini firewood all day. Make it, pack it, bag it. I will keep you posted. But as of right now, I think the firewood frenzy will be in June at Wolf Ridge. Dan L, yes, indeed it is. Considering I've only owned 3, that is definitely my favorite, and still is the favorite. Stick that new chain in some dirty wood. Well, I might, but that's the case with, are you saying to get the edge back on it? It's tough. Because, I mean, any chain you run through some dirty logs, you're going to be. Tony Woods, do you need to use different bar oil? I don't believe so. Ken's Cuts, good evening. There's the firewood guy. Yeah, it's like I say, it'll be interesting to see how the Hexa chain. The only thing I don't know about is I don't know about the green, because I think that's like not quite as sharp or something. But we'll try it out. We'll see. We'll see how the 500i likes it. How well it gets through the Midwest hardwoods. I know every time that I'm running and splitting wood, I always get the try some hardwood on it. Try to run some hardwood. So we're going to be. But the funny thing is that, like, oak, even though it's a hardwood, does split. Does split a little easy, you know. It's an easy splitting wood. Tom's Firewood, how are you doing? And Larry is here. Good evening. Getting in late. That's no problem. No problem at all. Hang on one second. All right. Square or round? I like the round. And usually, like I said, I will try to get the edge back on the chain with the 2-in-1 sharpener. But after I touch it up, if it's starting to, just if I feel like I can't get the edge back on it, I just swap out the chain. I put a new one on. I've got like, I think eight chains in my chain locker. And so I just, cycle through the chains. And then when I get my one chain locker that has the dull chains in, when it gets like 4 or 5, 6 chains in it, if I feel like it, I'll spend time, like focused time trying to sharpen them. But generally what I do is I don't have time, so I just take it up to the shop and have them file it down. Or put it through there, sharpen it. Todd's outside again. Anyone else having a problem with steel chains stretching more than usual? I've kind of have noticed that, well, I kind of run mine a little loose anyway, but I have noticed sometimes that I do need to retighten it up. Oh, you've had 3 stretch beyond the point to adjust them. Ooh. I have not had that. But I have had, I'll put a new chain on. I think it's tight enough, or right where I want it. I'll tighten it down. I'll run for a little bit, and then it's like sagging. Woods Tree Farm. What do you pay? I think it's like, I want to say right around 7 or 8 something. No, 7 something a chain, I think. $7 a chain. I don't know, somewhere around there. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's just, if I'm not cutting that much, so when I get 8 chains sharpened up, like that lasts me a long time. Whoa. Yeah, the yellow chains are a little bit more aggressive. Hey, we got another coin coming down into the cup. Our good friend, fellow woodhound, Sean Watford. Green is the safety chain. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fold the chain over and you'll see the little tab that pops up to reduce kickback. Thank you very much for the coin in the cup. Cheers. How's Charlie doing? Say hi to him. Hope you are ready to kick off this last weekend of October. All right. Frickin' Jeep. The chain oil I am using is the steel, whatever, the gray, the silver jug. Although, not too long, I will probably be switching to the blue jug. The cold weather. $15 to sharpen a chain? Birch Custom Cuts does it for $5. Gramps goes through 8 chains a week. Yeah, I can believe it. If you're doing a lot of cutting, that's definitely, you either need to know how to file, you either get good at filing or you get good at buying a lot of chains. Cup up and whiskey down the chute. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I don't do that much. Although this weekend I'm going to be got a little project. I'll be throw in some chips. Oh, freaking Jeep meant that for Todd. What kind of bar oil are you using? What kind of bar oil are you using on your stretch chains? TOA. Yeah, like I said, mine usually stretch a little bit, once you put them on, and they run a little loose anyway. Club Dora Outdoors. How was everything over yonder? Daniel Atkins. In April, the splitter went to 300 hours. This week, it rolled over the 400-hour mark. Holy moly's. It's a lot of hours for splitting up that West Coast hardwood. Calvin, good day from the Great Irish Hills of Michigan. Good day to you as well. Uh-oh. I just remembered something. I just remembered that I forgot something. 1 second. I forgot. See, this is my first time being in the home studio here from outside, and I was getting everything. I thought I had everything ready, but I forgot one key component. And now we'll see if we can get it delivered to me. Any guesses on what it is? I forgot. Foothills Firewood, how you doing? Hey, hang on a second. We're going to bring out the ladies. Tom's Firewood just dropped a coin down in the cup. A super sticker. Thank you very much, Tom. Cheers. And that right there will give you a hint as to what I forgot. So take a guess. Yes, Woodhound Sr. is on it. The Yorkwoods. Hey, the Yorkwoods. How are you doing? I have everything, or I thought I had everything I needed. And then I just remembered one key component to the evening. Something you cannot go without. The string phone. No, the string phone is right up there. Freaking Jeep. Right there is the phone. I got the string phone in here. Yes, Doug has it. SSR, how are you doing? William Klein, anyone try Crown Royal Blackberry? I have not. I have not tried that, and it sounds good though. Blackberry. There he is with the delivery of ice balls. Thank you very much. Oh! Thank you, little boss man. The ice balls now in the cup. We can refill. We missed the bottom of the hour. Oh, what was that? Chat GPT. Approximately 17.5 million toothpicks in a cord of wood. There you go. See? That is... I need to keep that stat handy for every time I get comments saying, "What are you splitting? Toothpicks?" It's like, yeah. I wish I was. That is you make a lot of coin off a cord making toothpicks. Oh yes, TOA. Big balls of ice and small wood. All right, we are refilled. We are ready to go. Oh, and we are refilled just in time. I will mail you some big ice balls, not small ice balls. Well, if you mail them, they will be small when they get here. How does the Yappa perform with cherry and maple? Awesome. No problem at all. I actually, the only, well, hang on. I'll come back to that. We're going to bring out the ladies for Marlin. We need a few more sips. Let the ladies swing. Marlin, my friend, I'm still sipping on that private stock you gave me. So cheers. Thank you very much. That private stock is some good stuff. So the only wood that I've ever had like a tough time with the Yappa as far as splitting it, cutting it, I mean, you know, cutting it isn't that big a deal, but splitting it has been ash. And every time it's the first, like, if you put an ash log that's been sitting around for a while and the end of it has like dried and kind of turned black and hardened up, if you forget to, when you make that first cut, to take that piece and flip it around so the inside edge or the inside end is facing the knife, you can get it jammed up. Because I've had a couple times when I've had to get out the sledgehammer and pound a piece of wood back off the wedge. It's just, yeah, but as long as you cut it and then flip it, then usually it splits all right. But cherry and maple, oh yeah, those things, no problem. Ed, how you doing? St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Good evening. Just checking back here. That's right. How many can we make this firewood? How low can you go? How small can you get with your wood? But that just goes to show you that smaller the splits, you can get more out of it. WD-30. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Up for an early morning and a long drive. Are you still at the beach? Have you been there all week? Or maybe you're off on another adventure. Another WD-30 adventure. Ontario Firewood Resource, how are you doing? Good seeing you on here, Anthony. It's been a little while. All right, where are we at? I think I'm caught up. Sweet. No, you're heading north. Oh, heading north. All right, well, if you got a long drive, just drive safe. Enjoy your weekend. What kind of wood are toothpicks made from? I don't even know. Clean wood. Yeah, I'm not sure. That is a very good question. I'm sure somebody in here will know. Somebody. Thin wood. Yeah, I don't know. What kind of... Well, let me just ask here. Siri, what kind of wood are toothpicks made from? Toothpicks are usually made of birch. Holy smokes! I just happen to have a whole bunch of birch out in the greenhouse. Oh boy. Maybe I need to recalibrate the kinlet and make those splits a little bit smaller. Toothpicks are made from white birch. There we go. I would never have guessed that. That is... Yeah, I just split up a whole bunch of birch. Like I said, I might have to change that around. Now I might have to start saving some of the splinters that come off those things. Hey, Ken and Danny in York Firewood, how you doing? Good seeing you. Yeah, I'm sitting on a gold mine. No kidding. I got a whole... What was that? How much was that per cord? That they were saying? Uh-oh, what was TOA saying? I'll have to, that is very... I would never have guessed birch. I wonder why. Why? What is it about birch? I know one thing. Russ from Willie's Firewood, he left a comment how messy the birch bark is, and it's really... The bark is a mess, and the bark is like really... it's tough to split. It like holds all the pieces together. Like I'd have half of a little round that would all be split, but the bark was like still holding it together. So it's kind of like this little accordion of like little splits. But yeah, that is interesting. Birch. Never would have guessed. 70K a cord. Well, I don't have a cord. I probably have... I don't even... Nah. I have maybe a quarter cord. So that's still a pretty good chunk of change. What is a good size tractor for firewood work? I don't know. I went with the 25 horse Coyote, the CK 2610, just because I didn't want to have that expensive muffler. And if you're only doing firewood work, like my dealer told me, if you're doing field work, you know, plowing, all that stuff, then you want a little more horsepower. But If you're just moving logs around, like 25 horse is fine. And the Coyote had, at the time, the Coyote had the highest lift capacity. So that's what I went with, because with the Coyote, the CK 2610, 3510, and 4010, they all had the same loader, so they all could lift the same amount. It's just that they were, different horsepower. But if you're not pulling a plow through the dirt, you might not need that horsepower. Paul, I always mess up your last name. Paul L. Birchwood is favored for its strength, smooth texture, and resistance to splintering. All right. Well, that makes sense then why it would be used for toothpicks. How much would it cost the firewood guy to buy a toothpick machine? That is a good question. Yeah, Bert, you got the articulating loaders are definitely, if all you're doing is firewood stuff, they can definitely, they cost a lot more, but they are nice. Very nice. Nice high lift capacity, mobility, agility, moving around. Yeah, those things are sweet. They are nice. However, so is the price tag. I know the price tag is not nice. Nice and high. Nice and high on the price tag. But, I have not seen a toothpick shortage. Yeah, I don't think so. But, I mean, if you'd only have to make 1 or 2 cords a year, you'd be all done. You'd be set. Make them all. Call it a year. However, birch is tough to get. I'm going to see if I have enough birch to do what I want to do, which hopefully I do. But otherwise, it's tough to find. We used to have a lot of birch down on the farm, but now there's not so much. It used to be all over the place. Has there been a surprising demand for mini firewood? Uh-oh. Somebody has got to take care of the spammer. Anyway, I got him. Banned. Boom. Get out of here. Yeah, the demand has been good. It's one of those things, though. It's just like starting any other firewood venture. You have to build up your supply before you really start pushing and finding and creating the demand, because the last thing you want to do is get the demand coming in and then you don't have the supply. So that's kind of why, if you've been following along, you might be wondering what is going on here with the we're getting the bots are coming in. We're getting spammed by the bots. But that's kind of why, if you've been following along with, it might look like I'm making a lot of this mini firewood, but that is in preparation because I don't want to get to the point where all of a sudden, because I almost did over the summer, I was down to not having very much supply on hand. And, if you talk to a lot of, like Chris over there in the wood yard, I think if I remember, he talked in a video once about, I think he said for 5 years, he always worked on trying to just, get ahead and have that supply. What in the heck is going on? If you're watching on YouTube tonight, you are seeing in the chat what happens when all of a sudden out of nowhere you start attracting the bots. Who are these bots? David is the best kid ever. Yeah, I'm getting spam tonight. This is, at least it's on YouTube, because on Facebook I can't do anything about it, and that happens quite a bit. I got a lot of spammers on Facebook. I ban probably, I don't know how many people a day. But yeah, so that's the one thing with the mini firewood is, well, any firewood. It doesn't have to be mini firewood, any firewood. If you are starting out, you got to build your supply up. And then, because the last thing you want is to start selling and you run out right away, and then everyone that's calling you wanting wood, you don't have it. Because they will go somewhere else. Bert's Custom Cuts, yeah, wood's been flying out since they got back from Bunyan. And that's, you watch Bert's channel, you watch Chris's channel, like you see all the wood that they have. And that is all, that was all made how long ago in preparation for this time right now. You got to get ahead and you got to stay ahead. Two different things. And that's where people get sometimes confused. You got to getting ahead and staying ahead. And once you do that, then it's the one of the main factors with firewood. You got to have your supply. And then if you're like Joe, Ohio Woodburner, you got to have your supply of logs coming in as well. You got to have a supply of logs. You got to have a supply in the wood yard. You got to have. Toothpick machine is $7,100 on eBay. Or there you go. Yeah, Willie's Firewood. Or you have your customer base dialed in, and they know that the wood that they get from you is for next year, or they buy green knowing that they have to season it. I think that's what but the problem with that is you have to rely on your customers to know that. Do you have tamarack? I do not, that I know of. It's I don't think I do. Billy Bob's wood. There you go. 2 years out. Now that is really getting ahead. And that's what I try to stay with my personal supply. Like I try to keep my supply 2 years ahead. But you can have a really cold winter, and 1 month, January, can You end up burning twice as much as you thought you would, and then all of a sudden now you're behind. Adirondack Woodman. I sold a couple of small wood cross sections of walnut for charcuterie boards today. Oh, nice. Charcuterie boards. I am looking at, I'm looking for some of those. Some charcuterie s'more boards. TOA, that is exactly right. Depends on your customer. Recreational burners, they want to burn it tonight. They want to buy it and burn it right now. Like that is the name of their game. Has anyone looked at the Han processor? Yes. Well, I I looked at it when it was here, when they finished it up and wanted to try it out. It's a slick little machine. They were still, I think, fine-tuning a couple things on it. But yeah, it's that thing cut really fast. That is the one thing that it was actually like scary fast how the saw came down and cut through the logs. I was like, holy crap. If you have white birch, there's generally tamarack. Yeah, I don't really have any white birch here. Down on the farm, there usually is, but it's not very wet. We're down in the bluffs. But I don't know. I actually do not even know what tamarack looks like. Or if... My roadside racks say greenwood is fine too. Has never bothered sales at all. Well, yeah, and I mean, is it mostly ash? Because sometimes that'll burn. Well, people say you can split it today and burn it tomorrow. Outside with Mom and the boys. Just finished grocery shopping. Whew. Sounds like a good way to wrap up a Friday. Ash and maple. Oh, yeah. We also call tamarack juniper. Ah. Huh. Interesting. I will have to ask Woodhound Sr. Check in with him if there's any tamarack or juniper on the down on the farm. Down in the back 40. Holy moly, I just noticed we were in overtime. We made it to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are, let's see, what do we got here? Where is my mouse? Oh, we're still going good. We got I can't burn all I have. Billy Bob. Yeah, that's good. If you're 2 years ahead then, and you got it to sell, then that's like I said, being ahead. That's part of the game, the main game. Oh, this is a good point, Ken. If you got one of those solo stoves, or even the mini, once you get a good fire going, those things burn hot and you can throw anything in there. Although I don't know, I forget what the size of the there's a solo stove, like the I think it's maybe the Yukon. Is it the Yukon? It's not the Bon. I think the Bonfire is the biggest. Maybe it's the Yukon. And I was talking, or I saw a discussion on a forum the other day, and they were saying that they buy firewood at 16 inches and then they cut it in half so that it fits in their solo stove better than the 16 inch. So there is another potential market for, 8-inch wood, 8 to 10-inch wood, 8 to 12-inch maybe. I don't know. But yeah, they were like, everyone was asking, what they do with the 16-inch long pieces that they buy. And all of them were saying they always just cut it in half. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That, there are markets out there for wood. It's not 16 inches long. And I think there's going to be more and more of them. Oh, all right. Who we got? Adirondack Woodsman, good night. Russ, have a good weekend. Oh, the Yukon is bigger? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure which one it is. They must have been talking about the Bonfire then. But yeah, you get those things cooking. Hoo-hoo, look out. Throw anything in there. And if it does throw off any smoke, technically the smoke will just burn off. Smokeless. Wait, what did Woodhound Senior say here? We have a few juniper. There is tamarack in the Cream Valley and over by Dodge. That's right. For those of you wondering, down by the farm, we do have a town called Dodge. And yes, you can get out of Dodge if you need to. Maybe that's just a saying that. Does anyone else ever have you guys heard of the saying? Get out of Dodge. Is that just a Wisconsin thing? By the town of Dodge. Nick Pixel TV. Good evening. I don't know if you need to throw that sir on there. Wait a minute. Where is my Good evening, Nick Pixel. How you doing? Did a little inside joke there with the if you know what that is, if you know, you know. The Yorkwoods. The Yorkwoods setting up next year's bundles at 14 inches. Nice. Yeah. Ken's Cuts profile picture here is of my Yukon. Ah, okay. TOA, come on. Come on now. All right, so some of you have heard of Let's Get Out of Dodge. Let's get out of Dodge. Oh, Uncle Dundon. The battle continues. I thought I was getting ahead. Last night, 6 traps for KOA. Is that right? A KI, yeah, I don't know. What is it? KIA? Four last night. 2 nights ago, I only had 3 out of 6. So I thought I was getting, I'm like, because earlier this week I didn't have any one night. So they are still, they're still there. Yeah, it's just gotta keep setting the traps. Lay out onions. Really? But don't they like just dry up eventually? Huh. I'll have to try that. I did buy the there's like some packs of like this essential oil and something some scent, like a minty smelling stuff. I put those out in the shelter around the kinlet. Yeah, I don't want a cat. Because like I said, then all you do is you trade having mice for having the smell of cats around. Well, the one thing is, the last 3 nights, the trap in the greenhouse has not had any action. So ever since I moved the greenhouse, it hasn't been bad. The other good thing is that little boss man on Wednesday evening, he was back in the wood yard and he saw a big owl up in the tree. So maybe, Mother Nature is coming in to help me out. Maybe I'll get some predators, some natural predators around the wood yard. Yeah, I have yet to see a snake in my wood yard since I've been here. I've never seen a snake. So maybe I don't know. I'll just keep setting the traps. That's all you can do. Or maybe I'll get some. My brother's got a bunch of onions that he needs to get rid of. Put out Coca-Cola. There are a lot of home things, a lot of ways. Yeah, the baking soda and cornbread. That's another one. So I'll have to see. I'm going to keep putting out the traps, seeing how many I get. I mean, eventually, you would think, you can get ahead. If there is a snake back there, it's definitely not doing its job. Yeah, I don't want cats. No. Cats will be the last resort. My sister has plenty of all kinds of cats, and I can smell what they can do to a place. Oh, but anyway, all right. I think that is going to do it. I'm going to wrap up this Friday night. Call it a night. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, and tuning in. And let me just get down my mouse down here. Yeah, the last Friday of October. Next Friday night, we will be in November. One day in, coming off of Halloween. Maybe we'll have a Halloween live stream next week. So anyway, Again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you, moderators, for helping clean up that stuff. And thank you, especially all you super chatters who dropped the coins in the cup. And we will see everyone next week. So if you're heading out to your woodyard this weekend, enjoy your time outside. And again, as always, stay safe, have fun, and be cool. Good night, everyone. Cheers.
Down